My name is Matt Winking. I have been teaching with Georgia State Perimeter College since 1998, and I have created some videos that will help you with your online courses.
Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. I'm glad to help you if you just email me. My email is shown on the screen below.
Let's consider some of the more common student assessment types. We will begin with multiple choice assessment items. Multiple choice items provide convenient and efficient assessment data. An assessment comprised of only multiple choice items can provide an immediate grading for the student and thereby also immediate feedback. Whereas open response items usually requires a teacher to look over the responses to grade, which can significantly delay the time it takes the student to receive feedback. However, they provide less reliable assessment data than open response. Simply put, students can guess without knowing anything about the concepts being assessed. This type of guessing is not possible with open response items. The expected value of a randomly answered 4-choice multiple choice assessment is automatically at 25%. However improbable, if the multiple choice assessment is poorly constructed, it is possible to have a student score even a passing score without having much knowledge of the actual content being assessed. They also provide less student assessment information than open response. We can't see the constructed solution or how the student arrived at the solution, especially when there may be multiple ways to solve the problem forward or backward from available answer choices. For example, we could substitute each of the potential answers of a variable x into an equation to determine the correct solution without ever having to solve the equation itself. Let's look at the basics of improving online multiple choice assessment items. First, we can simply increase the number of choices if there are additional reasonable distractors to include. A distractor is a wrong answer choice that is preferably an option that can be arrived at it from a common misconception. Increasing the number of options also reduces the probability of a student randomly guessing and scoring higher than they should. This reduces the expected value. We can also randomize answer choices. Most learning management systems usually have an option, as shown in the picture at the right, to randomize the choice options. We can also randomize the actual questions. Some learning management systems allow you to create a question pool or item bank in which the system randomly samples a set number of problems from a given question pool. In the example shown at the right, it shows 2 questions being randomly sampled from a pool of 15. The difficulty with this is having a large enough set of good questions to create the pools to sample from. For more details on how to set something like this up in D2L or Brightspace, see the following video using the given link. Before we go over further strategies of improving online multiple choice items, let's first consider that online students at home have access to powerful computer algebra systems, or CAS. These computer algebra systems will automatically solve many of the more traditional assessment items, and as such, we need to adequately prepare our online assessments. Let's first view a couple of examples. Consider the following web-based CAS factor a quadratic expression. Type in factor x squared plus 3x minus 10, and then press enter. Next, let's see an example of a smartphone computer algebraic system app compute a definite integral. Find the definite integral from 0 to 1 of 16x times parentheses x squared plus 3 close parentheses cubed. Hold the camera up to the screen and simply show the camera screen the problem and hit the red button for the solution to be 350. And then find a relative max or min of a polynomial function. In this problem, you're asked to identify the local max and local min of the given polynomial function. Again, simply hold your camera up to the screen of the function and press the red button, and then select Find the Extrema. So now let's look at improving online multiple choice assessments in consideration of available computer algebraic systems. Lockdown browsers and time limits. Many learning management systems have a lockdown browser which prevents students on the computer they are using from using any other applications or website. It basically only allows the assessment to be seen while the rest of the computer is effectively locked down. However, This does not prevent a student from using a smartphone or another computer while testing. Imposing time limits might also help prevent a student having enough time to enter all of the questions into a CAS or researching how to do a problem. Furthermore, some learning management systems will also allow you to automatically record a video of a student taking the online assessment. Questions asked for the next step or correct process. Asking students for the next best strategy or step to solve a problem may help a little, but many CAS systems will also show you the steps to solve the problem. The answer choices can be shown verbally or visually as illustrated in the examples shown. Another way to prevent the computer algebraic systems from directly providing a solution to a question is to instead show an equivalent equation. Computer algebraic systems don't always simplify the same way a person might, so it is also helpful to use options where the student must select an equivalent expression. Here are some more strategies that prevent computer algebraic systems from providing a direct solution. Consider creating questions that ask about an image. Most CAS systems can't interpret graphs or images as part of the question prompt. In the two examples shown, neither can be imported easily into a CAS as shown. In the second example, it suggests, given the graph of f of x, determine the value of the integral from 0 to 6 of f of x shown. Here we see a student trying to input the general statement, which the app cannot solve. Next, we see the student trying to input the graph into the application. But again, as you can see, once putting the application in, it doesn't recognize the input. Another strategy is to do something extra with the solution. Have the student use the solution of one problem to compute something additional with that solution. This requires a little more comprehension and synthesis than a CAS can usually provide. Consider contextualizing the problem. Problems in context or applications are also usually more difficult for the CAS systems to interpret. Creating multiple choice items that can't be directly solved by a computer algebraic system take a little more creativity and time to create. Next, let's investigate fill in the blank, also sometimes referred to as short answer items. The video shows a basic example of simple fill in the blank assessment items within a learning management system. Similar to multiple choice, fill in the blank assessment items can be efficiently graded and provide immediate feedback. Fill in the blank has a few advantages over multiple choice. There is no expected value. If a student doesn't know something, a guess is substantially less likely to increase the student's score. Problems cannot be worked backwards as there are no possible answer choices provided to work backwards from. Multiple choice and fill in the blank both have the disadvantage of not being able to show you how the students reasoned through or constructed their solution. There is the one potential disadvantage of fill in the blank compared to a multiple choice item, is that it is more likely to have grading errors. For example, if an answer is 1/2, the answer could be entered as 1 divided by 2, 0.5, 0.5, 0.50, and so on. All correct answer forms must be provided for learning management system to automatically grade the assessment and provide immediate feedback. So it is potentially safest if the teacher verifies the grade of the fill in the blank questions, but thereby slowing down the student feedback time. Let's consider how we improve fill in the blank or short answer assessment items while considering computer algebraic systems. Some of the same multiple choice item strategies can be applied. First, we can create questions that ask about an image. We can do something extra with the solution as talked about before. We can contextualize the problem, or we can use the lockdown browsers and the time limits as well. The rest of the previously suggested strategies were specific to multiple choice items. Next time, in part 2 of this video series, we will visit how to use open response items in student projects online with integrity. I hope this video helped you some. Again, please don't hesitate to email me with questions at mwinking@gsu.edu. Thank you.